We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Welcome to the Third Generation Wrestling Podcast with your hosts, Eric and Rob.
Welcome back, everybody, and hope you're enjoying your holiday this Monday evening. This is the Third Generation Wrestling Podcast, the Real Big E and Rob the Ambassador. But we actually here to talk about a movie review. Haven't done one in a while. I know I said that we weren't going to do one until we did The Marine, but kind of sparked my mind last night as I was watching this movie that you all can see the title of clearly. And I just wanted to go back and kind of do like a retro review, talk about this movie's iconic movie. And yeah, it just made sense. Talking Independence Day from 1996. My question to you is, did you go check this movie out at the theater?
Oh yeah, man. When this movie came out, it was a big deal. And me and my girlfriend at the time, not the lady, your mom, who I'm married to right now, we went to see it on the theater doesn't exist anymore, but it was called the River Hills Movie Theater. It had the biggest movie screen in Iowa. Now I know some of the listeners are probably thinking, oh wow, biggest screen in Iowa, what, 5 feet? No, man, it was a good sized theater, not like today, but at the time, it was an awesome way to see a movie. This was before 3D and all of that became the thing. But went to see it opening weekend and was jacked about it and not disappointed.
Yeah, I was 1996, so I was 9.
Okay.
My parents had ordered me the VHS copy, and it had the hologram on the front, with the White House being blown up, and it would go back and forth with it being normal and blown up. It was really.
I remember that. I had that, of course, before the DVD, and now I actually own the Blu-ray. So I've bought 3 different versions of the same movie, like I've done with others.
Yeah, I have it on digital. I have it on my iTunes. So that's how I watched it. But yeah, so Independence Day, 1996, starring Will Smith, Jeff Goldblum, Bill Pullman, Vivica A. Fox, Judd Hirsch. This was obviously directed by Roland Emmerich, probably his best film that I can think of. I mean, I'm in the very, 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 very small minority when I say this, but I did like that Godzilla movie. So,
man, Roland Emmerich hates the world. He continually tries to destroy it.
Oh
but
yeah,
I love all that. Even if the plot isn't good, I just love the special effects. So yeah, I agree that this is his best. I did not like the Godzilla movie, but you know what? 2012 is a guilty pleasure of mine. Day After Tomorrow,
yeah.
So I even sat through Independence Day Resurgence today.
You what?
I'm not saying I was crazy about it, but at the same time, I didn't hate it as much as everybody else seemed to.
The fuck did he say? Did you hear what he said?
Box office, this movie made $817 million. Also had issues with the title because obviously it's called Independence Day, and Independence Day is a national holiday here in America. Due to legal problems, the abbreviation of ID4 was created, which I remember even back then, like they did switch from calling it Independence Day, and when it came out on VHS, it was ID4. they did not call it Independence Day anymore. Even on I think if you buy it now, you'll say ID4 on there.
Yeah, I just didn't know it was a legal thing. I thought they did it because it was just like a cool acronym, you know,
Oh
because
no,
because
legal.
IHOP used to be the International House of Pancakes, KFC used to be Kentucky Fried Chicken, you know, everybody just tries to shorten everything. I thought it was one of those things.
Right. No, there was even ideas to change the title, change the name. They had one was Invasion, and the other was Sky on Fire.
That would have sucked. That would have been a terrible title.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have gone with the theme of the movie, you know, when they were showing the days. Like it starts on July 2nd, and then you get July 3rd, and it ends on the 4th. Like that, all that made sense. It was released the same year as Twister, The Rock, and Mission Impossible, and it beat all of them at the box office. Destroyed
Those
them
are
all.
some great movies.
Yeah. So just some history on the movie before we get into it. And without any further ado, let's get into it. You know, me watching it as a kid, you know, I was just entranced with the whole concept. And I thought that, and then watching it back yesterday, the one thing I kept asking myself, like, okay, how is this movie gonna hold up? Because I haven't watched it in a long time. It still looks great, from the cinematography to the CGI effects. I mean, there was nothing really that was like, ugh, that didn't hold it. Ugh. I didn't do that at all. When it comes to the ships, the aliens, no, I just was taking it for what it was, as a movie.
Yeah, same here. I think this movie is just over 25 years old now. And even though technology has advanced quite a bit since then, but yeah, I thought it still held up. I own the Blu-ray. I don't own the 4K. I'm thinking about upgrading to a 4K system maybe around Christmas time when hopefully I can get it in a Black Friday deal or something. But on my Blu-ray, it especially looks absolutely awesome even today.
Yeah. I'm jumping ahead, but I just want to make sure I don't forget. To me, my favorite shot of the whole movie is when they're in New York and you see the big cloud, you see the fire, and then they slowly expose the ship. And you see how big it is, and you just go, holy shit.
Yeah.
And the thing that this movie does throughout that a lot of movies today don't do, and then people complain about it, like with Superman and Transformers and all these Marvel movies and stuff, that all these cities get destroyed, but you never see the people. You see the people in this, how they're reacting, just regular ass people. And they did a great job of just shooting people reacting. I'll admit some of the stuff didn't make any sense. Like there's one shot, a guy just run down the street with a boombox in his hand. I'm like, that's all you're gonna take?
Yeah, I don't know if he was a looter and just thinking, okay.
Oh, yeah, that might be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But you know, this movie obviously is about alien invasions, invading the Earth, and want to take over, take our resources, and move on to the next planet. And they had, I believe, it was 15 city-sized saucers that came on to planet Earth and had a giant weapon that would destroy a whole city in one shot. Obviously, Will Smith is the hero of the movie. Will Smith was Mr. This one made Will Smith Mr. July. You know, after this, he would go on to put out movies in July on a yearly basis, and his only blunder was. When I roll into the
That might be a bad movie review someday.
Yeah, maybe one day. But I thought he was great in this. you know, the iconic lines, you know, we all remember from the trailer.
I have got to get me one of these.
That and
Welcome to Earth.
Welcome to that right there. I don't know if you thought of what I thought of when he ejected from the jet and he was walking up to the alien ship.
That's right! That's right! Get up! Get up! That's what you get! Who's the man? Huh? Who's the man? Wait till I get another plane! I'm lining all your friends up right beside you! Huh? Where you at? Welcome to Earth.
All I could think of was Chris Rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the first thing he did was punch the damn alien.
See, wow. Okay, maybe because I saw it now. Okay, now you got me thinking about it, but I didn't make that connection really just watching it. But now, yeah.
Like he told us a long time ago, don't start no shit. I knock you out.
Yeah.
No, but I thought his character was written very well. You know, they gave him all the cool lines, obviously the cool spots. Jeff Goldblum, to me, though, was the highlight of the movie because he had so many layers to his character. And Judd Bush, did I say his name? I get his name wrong. Judd Hirsch. Judd Hirsch.
His father?
Bush, yeah, plays his father. I loved his character too. Because he stuck by his son's side no matter what, even though he almost shot him for a second when he came knocking on the door. But I thought their relationship and their banter going back and forth was great. Not overdone, you know, then he beat you over the head with it. One of my favorite lines is when they're driving to DC.
You're in the fast lane. I can't go faster. They're cutting me off here. No one's cutting you off. We're gonna get a ticket. You're getting in front of me. I can't go any faster. All right. I don't want to argue. Shh. Let's just get there as quickly as possible. What's the rush, huh? You think we'll get to Washington and won't be there?
He just looked at him.
I think for me, one of the great things about this movie, obviously, it had a simple but interesting plot, you know, and I think we've all pondered that, like what would happen if aliens from outer space just came to attack the world. You had great special effects, but a lot of movies have that, but not every movie has really likable and engaging characters.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, you talked about Jeff Goldblum and his father, and then there was the dynamic of Jeff Goldblum's ex-wife now being an advisor to the president, and that little dynamic. You had Randy Quaid, the drunk Vietnam veteran, former pilot, and who allegedly was abducted by the aliens. You had all these interesting, funny, interesting characters.
Yeah, they did it was very well done how they tied all these characters, different stories together, because you had the Will Smith, Vivica Fox story, you had the Jeff Goldblum and his father's story, Randy Quaid and his, I'm guessing, adopted children story. They never really explained that.
He spoke about their mother. The mother had passed away. I don't know if they were adopted. Who would let him adopt kids?
I don't know, but I was just like, this white dude got 3 Mexican kids.
Maybe his wife was Hispanic.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I would think one of them would look like him, you know.
Hey man. You never know. Genetics is a funny thing.
It is. You know, I had mixed children myself. What else? I like how so let's get to the big thing, you know, the attack. The first attack, which I'm sorry, I was like, y'all really finna just go up on the roof of this building and get as close as you can to this and then that girl, they're opening up, and it opens up and she's like, oh, it's so pretty. Yeah, you're about to die. You're about to die. I was 9 and I was watching this. I was like, yeah, y'all about to die. This is stupid.
It is, man. But you know what? There are actually crazy, weird people like that. I mean, it's an accurate portrayal, really. You would have those whacked out people who would do that sort of thing.
And they even, and I never picked up on this, they even like teased the fact that, yeah, we're not here to mess around with y'all. The first 3 helicopters they sent up to the ship just to see the welcome wagon, just to see how they respond to the lights. Shot all 3 of them down. At that point, you evacuate, and you just they told you right there what's about to happen.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. But I did like you did see all the destruction and like I said, that it holds up so well. That first shot in LA when that weapon fires up and destroys that building. And all the flames. It's just the only problem I had is nitpicky, but there were whole buildings being destroyed by these engulfing flames, and Vivica A. Fox is just able to just scoot her ass into a tunnel.
And Boomer, don't forget Boomer.
And Boomer just, man, them flames would have cooked his ass.
Yeah, but Boomer was running,
yeah,
and jumping. He looked like an action hero the way he jumped to safety.
Yeah, but I gotta give the movie this: it did not shy away from death. Like there was some pretty tough deaths in this movie. Obviously, the biggest one being the president's wife, who, for someone who wasn't in the movie that much, I felt like that scene worked, and it did give you the emotion to feel, because I feel like they didn't overdo it. You know, you heard the doc say there's nothing we can do for her, she's dying. And I like how they just kind of said, they kind of played it through his daughter. You know, his mommy's sleeping now. And I thought that actually hit harder than just saying she died. You know, yeah, she's sleeping. And it's just seeing those two embrace. I was like, man, the 90s really knew how to tug on those heartstrings, man.
Yeah, that's another thing this movie did.
And to take you on a ride like of emotions, not just keep you in, you know, just action, just shit blowing up for no reason, you know.
Yeah, that's what was great about this movie. It made you laugh.
No, sir. Just a little anxious to get up there and whoop E.T.'s ass, that's all.
It made you go, oh, it made you, like you said, it pulled at the heartstrings.
On our target positions will be confirmed.
Hold me.
It was just all around entertaining.
Yeah. And it made you hate some of the characters. The guy that plays the Secretary of Defense.
Oh, man.
Oh, God. I was like, why did y'all keep him around? He's an asshole.
Yeah.
And well, I get that was his role. He did a great job. I mean, he obviously that was what he was supposed to do. Skipping ahead to the end where they got the big mission. Obviously we go with Area 51. Before we get to the big mission, Area 51, that's when we see Brent Spiner, the doctor. You know, they bring in the alien that Will Smith captured, and they do the whole autopsy, have that scene, which was great to me. I like that they had the aliens in those, I don't know what they call them, but those chambers where you could see the skeletons and stuff. You know, so it kind of really told the story. Yeah, we have seen this before. We just didn't tell anybody. And I thought it was so creepy, always so creepy, that the alien was talking through Brent Spiner's character with, you know, just wrapping those tentacles around his neck. And that conversation with him and Bill Pullman, the president, so well done and believable. Even though we're talking about aliens here, you know what I'm saying, yeah, that was believable. Like, get to the point. Can we have a peace? Nope. What do you want us to do? Die.
Yeah.
We want all y'all resources. They do explain too that the alien is quick. If you don't really pay attention, you'll miss it. But they do explain that the aliens are like just like us, have the same ailments, same type of reaction to heat and cold, and you know, that type of thing. Need air to breathe, all that.
What I liked about that scene is they referenced the Roswell incident. And for years, people have talked about that. Allegedly, a spacecraft landed. Some aliens died in the crash. Some of them survived. It was always rumored that Area 51 was an area where they took the beings and the spacecraft. And they really played that into the movie. I thought that was very interesting because that's an incident that actually happened, and people, you know, look, the United States came out and said it was a weather balloon, but most people still believe that there actually was a spacecraft and alien beings that landed in Roswell, New Mexico in the 1950s. And I thought it was great that they used that in the movie.
It's funny you mentioned that, because Area 51 is the reason that the military pulled out of their support for this film. So they did, you know, most movies that have, you know, military cast little characters, they get some type of support from a branch, and they did have the support of, I think, the Marines. And but as soon as they mentioned Area 51, they pulled out because it was like, nah, we can't be associated with that.
That is interesting. That another fact I never knew.
Yep. I know you know this. This is just the last fun fact I got, and I picked up on this as a kid too. So doing the last mission is Jeff Goldblum, Will Smith. They got to go up in space and plant the virus. Excuse me, on the mothership. And you know, things don't always go according to plan. They did, but they didn't. You know, they had some hurdles to get over. Making their escape from the mothership, you hear Jeff Goldblum doing his iconic Jurassic Park line: "Must go faster, must go faster."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's like his his tag. He can't use it too much. He did. I'm trying to think, did he use it in his last movie? I don't remember. I
still have not seen that, but I want to make it to the theater and see it. But Thor starts this weekend, so now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, got to see Thor.
Gotta see Thor. I like that they had that relationship with Jeff Goldblum. I can't think of her name was Connie in the movie.
What, his ex-wife?
His ex-wife.
Yeah.
And just why things broke down, and his love for her never faded. He kept wearing the ring even after they'd been divorced, and you know, she was really just trying to get her career started. And he was just like, well, I had you and I had a job, and that's all I ever needed. And that's something about that simplicity really, you know, resonated with me. Like, I don't need to have the stars, the moon, and all the money in the world. I just need a simple life with you, a comfortable life with you. That's all I need.
Yeah, I think the line she used was, he was talking about why she left him to go work for the president. She said, well, I wanted to be part of something amazing. Haven't you ever wanted to be part of something amazing? He said, I was a part of something amazing, talking about his relationship with her. Yeah. So like I said, once again, moments like that, you know, man, poignant moments, funny moments, touching moments. This movie just had it all.
Yeah, that, and then even the conversation with Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum, who didn't really have that much screen time together, when they're in the alien ship trying to figure out how they're going to escape. And it's just that pause of, well, what do you think happened down there? And Jeff Goldblum thinking the worst. And Will's like, well, light it up, give them a cigar, and hey, let's do what we got to do. I mean, yeah. If movies today would just take the time, slow down, and build characters, and that's what really helps establish a movie and make a movie great. Yes, action is cool and everything, but at this point in time, we've seen as much that can possibly be blown up. We've seen every type of kaiju, dinosaur, monster fight, machines fight. You know, it's just focus on the character development and get people that can act. You know, that's where I'm at with it. But obviously the movie came out in 1996. We don't have to explain to y'all, like, to give y'all what the movie's about. Everybody has seen the movie. We just wanted to come over here and talk about it.
Yeah, and, damn, if you haven't, by all means watch. I mean, where have you been?
Seriously. it holds up. I mean, you would not think this movie was made in 1996. It looks better than some movies made in the 2000s. Seriously, it was very well made, and yeah, there are some things that dated, like Will Smith going to get a newspaper. Nobody reading newspapers anymore.
Oh, damn.
Having working for a cable network and having satellite issues, like nobody. I mean, I guess DirecTV is still around, but not to that extent. TV Guide is not a thing anymore. They got the TV Guide channel where you can sit there and look and see what's coming up on the channels.
Yeah, I've got the TV Guide app. That's how I keep track. Because yeah, can't read a magazine nowhere.
Yeah. So yeah. As far as I'm concerned, I'm rating the movie. I'm giving it an A, solid A. It still holds the test of time, and it is by far one of the most classic movies that I grew up watching. I put this right there with Jurassic Park. It is a not just a pop culture reference or a pop culture iconic movie. It's just a American iconic movie, in my opinion. I mean, everybody knows Independence Day, whether you love it or hate it. You've probably seen it. So I'm giving it
it's definitely an A. This movie does everything a movie should do. At the end of the day, look, I'm all about movies that tell an important story and that touch us and bring historical things to our consciousness that we should know. But at the end of the day, what a movie should do is entertain. And this movie does that as good as almost any movie I've ever seen. So definitely an A for me. And I want to mention before we go, Bill Pullman's speech as they're man, I'm telling you, that speech, just hearing that speech, and I know it sounds corny, but especially with so much division going on in the world today, when he talks about how the human race and how that takes on a whole new meaning, because all of these nations were united against this one enemy. Color didn't matter, gender didn't, none of that stuff mattered, because you had this common enemy from another world. And I just think that moment really resonated to me. It does every time I watch it, but especially with everything going on in the world today, it really hit home watching it this time.
We all have a common enemy right now, and it's COVID. And yet we still can't get on the same page.
Yeah.
And I think we did for a while. In the beginning, I think everybody was like, okay, what is this? We need to figure this out because people are dying. And I liked how they showed different demographics in the crowd when he was talking, and when they were like looking for that, we just need pilots. Can you fly a plane? Have you done this before? I don't care. It just didn't matter, and I like that. And the fact that Randy Quaid's character had such a great story arc. Like his arc was, if you see him in the beginning of the movie, he's crop dusting the wrong damn field and shit.
Yeah.
And then, he seemed like he had it somewhat together though in the middle, because he wasn't drinking. Well, when they were driving across country, he was sober.
Yeah, because by driving across country when they knew the world was under attack, and I think he kind of felt, okay, well, I've got my kids, and so I've got to actually step up and be a somewhat responsible father. But yeah, man, it was that was another funny moment. We're going back because we've already talked about the movie, given our grade, but Randy Quaid is a character we didn't talk about too much. But when they were first looking for the pilots and they said, what are your qualifications? Well, I flew in NAM, and for the past 10 years, I've been crop dusting, and I was kidnapped, and I've been waiting to get some revenge on these alien assholes. I mean, just funny stuff like that, man. And then he turns out to be the hero of the day, this common guy, this lovable common guy. Yep. I mean, man, this movie just worked on so many levels.
But what killed me was, okay, I get it, y'all making fun of him before the aliens show up. They still making fun of him after the aliens showed up. And I'm just like, he was right. Clearly, because there they are.
Yeah.
So it didn't make sense why people was laughing at him still when he said, I got kidnapped by these same motherfuckers that's been killing us. So yeah, very, very well tied up in a bow, and subtle things that Bill Pullman, the president, was a combat pilot, having him be in the air and being the president that actually goes to war like you're supposed to. Don't have that anymore. what they call it, you the chief, you in charge, you're supposed to lead the charge.
Right.
But yeah, man, let us know in the comment section what you all think. And, is this a tradition for you to watch Independence Day on Independence Day? I have different theories and opinions on this holiday, but that's just for another show. But I still enjoy watching this movie. Hit us up on the social medias. Instagram, Third Generation Wrestling Podcast. Twitter, podcast_third. Email us at thirdgenwrestling@gmail.com, and your thoughts, suggestions, questions, recommendations, all that good stuff. And hit us up on TikTok. Got some videos up. One of them got in trouble for already. Whatever. It was a reaction video that Doc and I did with Corey Holcomb. They took the audio off. Whatever. It was getting a lot of views too. A lot of views and comments. And the the Sanford & Son as well was getting a lot of hits. So we'll have to do some more of those. I hope everybody truly had a safe holiday. We had a shooting here in Chicago that was pretty bad. Yeah. 6 people died. Can't have anything these days. But again, everybody out there, take care. Enjoy your week. And we will get back with y'all at some point this week, probably with another Trying to Laugh video. And hopefully we get the Marine in sometime soon. Gotta get the Doc on here for that one. So trying to coordinate. Ambassador.
Hey, y'all know it. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all, especially on this special holiday. Man, to the people in Chicago affected by that terrible shooting. Our prayers are with you. And folks, let's just stop the madness, okay? There's just no need for all of this. I'm not going to preach and I'm not going to get political, but man, it's easier to love than it's just as easy to love as to hate. Let's just get rid of the hate. What's it for?
Don't get it. But it is what it is. We live in this tough world now.
Yeah, sad.
So hopefully y'all enjoy some of this content that helps you escape from this very real world that we do live in. Take care, everybody. Catch y'all next time. Peace.
Peace, for real, peace.
Would say why we're on this particular mission, we'll never know. But I do know here today that the Black Knights will emerge victorious once again.
Amen, man.
Amen, Reverend.